Alright, so today we're playing some Starfield. Last part was r- unfortunately scrapped because a lot of issues happened. The stream was going at like 1 frame per second, if even that much. And that kind of sucks. I finished the Terramorph mission. I was in the middle of doing a different mission. What is it? This one? Failure to communicate. I need to do a space battle. I don't think I can do it. They're supposed to provide me with backup, with some reinforcements, but they don't give me reinforcements. I feel like that's a bug. Pretty sure it's a bug. I can't imagine it not being a bug.
Grav drive spinning down. Systems green.
Okay, so it seems other people also have an issue where they're not showing up. They're supposed to show up, but they're not showing up. Yeah, I don't think I could do this.
Grav jump online.
That's so ridiculous. Yeah, I'm gonna skip out on this quest. I just can't do it. It's impossible for me.
Keyless City reminds me of Neon, with the wealth planted in the middle and the poor at the periphery.
So, today is the first time I'm really getting the chance to do this, but I stopped one stream after playing it for a couple of hours and then started another one right after to play for another few hours. My plan is to, so far I've been uploading the streams as soon as I can. If I'm able to edit everything within the day itself, then I'll upload it the same day. My plan now is to upload only one game at a time, like one game a day, and that's only so that I have things in reserve, so that no, not reserve. It's so that I have a backlog, so that when I go on trips,
You
I'll
want
have
to stop
videos still
here
coming
for a
out
drink?
while I'm on those
I
trips.
can assure you there are much nicer and
I know
safer
that
establishments in
in
Midtown
a few
Northport.
months I'll be going on a trip, so that's why I started thinking about doing it. So I want to have enough videos in my backlog to just have one a day at least. I don't plan to make the videos shorter. I hope I don't have to cut down any of the videos to make up for those days. But I do want to just only upload one video a day so that I have that backlog.
The sensors are pretty durable. I mean, don't go using them as target practice and they're good to go. You got some good news, I hope?
Your sensors have been placed.
Well, that's that then. So, this next part, it's a bit delicate. See that guard tower across the way there? I need to get in there and make a few small modifications to the terminal inside.
Ooh, I don't know
Enough
about
processing
this.
power to collate all the data that'll be coming in from the sensors. The existing network does. Oh
Okay.
goodness, I really am bad at communicating sometimes. I have that part well in hand. The, guard standing outside there, he's not gonna let me in. I need you to distract him.
Hacking the
Oh.
system isn't how we should be distracting that guard, but I'll follow your lead.
I should only need a few moments. So, I don't know, convince him to take a break or something. Or if you're feeling particularly rebellious, maybe give him some official business to attend to. I believe it's what Davis would refer to as a ruckus. As soon as you've got him occupied, I'll scoot in and out before anyone notices. Okay? Let's do this.
Okay. I steal something in front of the guard? I don't think we're gonna do that. I think I could figure something out. What's up,
Looks like
man?
we got another off-worlder. What brings you to the wall? Boredom? Because if that's what you're looking for, you've hit the jackpot.
I'm part of the Freestar Collective. I'm a Freestar
You doing all
Ranger.
Okay, I'm going.
Yeah. Get out of here. It's so wild that one of the options was to steal something in front of him. God damn, dude.
We need to be smarter, better in the way we handle the Ashta. That's all settled then. Thanks for the assist. Hope you're none too worse for wear.
You should tell the guards what
I
you've done.
intend to.
Okay.
Once enough data has been collected, I'll have the proof I need to convince them, especially Davis, that my technology is useful. If you're curious, come back tomorrow. I might even have preliminary findings.
Something tells me things are not gonna work out as smoothly as you're hoping. Hey, get out of bed. He sleeps with his eyes wide open. Creepy. Oh, I could actually sleep here? Sweet. Oh, I actually have to wait? Oh my god. What makes anyone think of these ideas and say, man, that's a banger idea. We should make them wait.
Come on, sleepyhead.
Just staring at a screen for however long. You know how everyone loves loading screens, right? Why don't we make them stare at a screen that just has a timer that doesn't really work as a timer?
Did someone really tamper with the data intentionally? I just don't see any other explanation. Oh, it's you. I got the data from the seismic sensors, and I need help. Nothing that would get you in trouble this time. Promise.
What do you need?
I need someone to go talk to Davis Wilson. He isn't speaking to me. None of the security folks are, actually.
What did you do?
Oh, thank you. It's really nice to hear that when others just don't seem to care. Remember the sensors you helped me set up around the city? Well, Davis Wilson is pretty angry about it. I suppose I should have expected that, but now no one involved with security is willing to talk to me. At all. And I really need to coordinate with them because the data I'm getting from the sensors is, well, it's off. Not what I expected at all.
What's wrong with the data?
Kinda everything. The timing of the results, the strength of the signals. I did a lot of research on the Ashta before I started this project, and none of it lines up like it should.
Is there a possibility that there's something really scary happening?
No, the tech is fine. I never would have put it out there if I had any reservations about that. Look, I know I screwed up here. I went behind Davis's back and did what he told me not to. I don't expect him to talk to me. But this, I'm not gonna lie, it looks an awful lot like someone has been purposely messing with the system. I can't just stroll up and accuse him of anything, but maybe someone, you I'm thinking, could just ask around, see if something's going on. I'd really appreciate it.
I don't know what the Ashta are exactly. I've been just imagining that there's some kind of creature on this planet. But that kind of makes me concerned that there's an Ashta nest underneath this place or something like that, and that's why the data's all wacky. But I still don't know exactly what the Ashta are, so who knows.
People around here think we own Aquila. They're wrong. The Ashta do. Don't mean to be rude, but I got a lot of things on my plate right now. So unless this is important, I'm gonna have to ask you to come back some other time.
I hear there's
Oh,
something
did you
strange
now?
happening.
And did that perhaps come from a certain entitled so-called inventor who's caused me no end of headaches?
I'm just a concerned citizen. Just tell me. Oh,
Oh, is she? After going off and doing exactly what she was told not to, she's concerned now? She made my life a lot more difficult, but I don't have time to deal with that right
you
now.
didn't do any.
More important things to worry about.
I'm so fed up
Been
with this
tracking
dude.
Ashta for a long time now, and suddenly their behavior doesn't add up. Probably not a coincidence. Maybe it would, but right now I don't give a damn about her data. Now I need to get back out there and get some eyes on this situation. Since you so interested, looks like you can handle yourself. You want to join me?
Sure.
Yeah, I've heard more than a few hunters say something similar. They nearly all apologize for it later. Gear yourself up however you need to and meet me at the gate. We'll head out from there.
I'll be honest. After the Terramorph mission, anytime someone says something like that to me in this game, I'm just like, dude, I actually fought a bunch of the worst enemies in the entire galaxy.
Give me some
So
time to get to
don't
the
even
base. I ain't as
talk
angry
to me
as
about
you.
this. Don't try to act like you're tough when I dealt with Terramorphs and saved the galaxy.
All right, you ready to head out there?
Yeah, sure, let's go.
Okay then. Just stick close to me, keep your head on a swivel, and you'll be fine. We'll be back before you know it. And maybe we'll
That
get
sounds
some
like a death
answers.
flag.
I actually met a guy who finished the Red Mile.
Man,
But he did walk away with a pile of credits.
I don't like this weapon, but it has so much ammo. Where are we off to, man? What are Ashta?
This is
I'm
what
ready to kill
talking
some.
about. These tracks, they're all wrong. The spacing, the depth, just doesn't make any sense. Let's keep going.
Oh, these are large creatures, I guess. Makes sense with how ferocious they're claiming these things are.
Don't rush the scan. Wouldn't want to overlook anything valuable.
The Ashta are clever, but they're usually predictable. These tracks don't follow any of the paths I expect them to. It just doesn't add up. Looks like the tracks head this way.
The world is like that, man. Unexpected things happen all the time.
What in the hell? This is one of our security bots.
Where?
Someone sent this thing out to mimic the
Oh.
Ashta? Why in the world? Shit, you hear that? Eyes up, we got incoming.
Was it a trap for us? Oh, bruh, these are Ashta? They're like cute little dogs. You were worried about this thing? You were talking to me about this? Really? You were bragging about this? Easy, dude.
Beyond
They're
the
just
wall
like
is no day
dogs.
trip. You know how to handle yourself, Most times someone encounters an Ashta, they panic. Not you. Now I got even more questions. Who in the hell did this, and why?
Miss Alpin's doing. Who's that? I assume it's Yoni.
No, I expect not. Someone from Aquila Security did this. We're the only ones that have access to these robots or can change their orders. I need to check this over, see if I can find some more details. But while I do that, I need you to run back to the city. Check the access logs on the computer in the barracks. Look for whoever signed for this thing.
Oh, it's gonna be her.
I'll meet you in the city when I'm done here.
It's definitely gonna be her last. But I don't think that she would do this. Oh no, but it's in a different place, isn't it? Oh my god, I wish there was a mini-map. It's so ridiculous that there isn't one.
So lot 37.
Honestly, screw immersion when it comes to these kinds of things. I'm not even a person who cares about immersion, but even if I did, screw immersion when it comes to this. Alright, what do we got going on here?
Having a good one?
Okay. Equipment checkout. Cool. Kirkland B. Bailey Kirkland. Who the hell is that? Is that the other person who was present at the time?
If it weren't for the walls,
It is.
the whole town would be an Ashta buffet. Oh, hey there. Back already. Davis said something about you going on patrol with him? He's... he's alright, isn't he? Nothing, bad happened out there.
You sound so sketchy right now.
Oh, no. Look, people getting hurt was never part of it.
What was your plan?
Davis has just been so stressed over this whole thing with that woman and her sensors, and it's been affecting him on the job. The damn robot was just supposed to stomp around, mess up her data, and then come back. I didn't know it would rile up the Ashta so much, and it wasn't supposed to break down. It won't matter. I really screwed this up.
You're lucky, Bailey. If it was me, I wouldn't be so lenient.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, it's not that big of a deal. I mean, honestly, it really isn't that serious of an issue. It's such a small thing. I feel like there are supposed to be lives at stake here, and that's the big issue. But if there are, they don't really make it that clear in this mission. They just kind of tell you, and they don't really show you in any way. How the hell do I get down? Oh wait, right, I have a jump pack. Or I don't even need it. Cool.
Whoever sabotaged the robot is in for it. The robot's internals are fried, so I came up empty. You have any better luck than I did? Know who's responsible?
Yeah.
You serious? Oh, Bailey, what were you thinking? My own people sabotaging equipment. Whole world's gone crazy. Well, I'm gonna have to go deal with this. Thanks for helping out. I'll kick some credits your way. May not be much. Not made of money around here. You might want to give Miss Alpin some time to get clean data. Might be her research. Well, it might prove useful.
Oh, really?
I can't believe Bailey did such a bump.
It solved just like that? Okay. Hey, I got some good news for you. He's cooperating now.
Technologies are living things. They move, they change. The way we handle Ashta works for now. So we have to be prepared.
Okay, you don't need to
How
give
have
me
you
a
been? Staying
a
out of
sales pitch
trouble?
every time. Staying out of it, I'd go looking for it.
Well, whatever gets you through the day. I've had more than my fill of it for this lifetime. Things here have been, well, they're better. The ice has thawed a bit between me and Davis. We'll probably never be friends, but at least we're on speaking terms now. I think he finally appreciates the value of my research.
Not sure why. It kind of came out of nowhere.
I know, I know. I think we both realize that, and we're working on putting it behind us. In fact, speaking of Davis, I have to confess, I'm a little worried about him. In analyzing the recent data, I've isolated readings suggesting that someone is making patrols far more often than in the recent past. I don't have any direct evidence, but I know it's Davis. It's gotta be.
Sounds about
I'm
right.
worried that everything I've inadvertently put him through is kinda, I don't know, pushed him over the edge, or at least a little too close to it.
Really? I
I have recognized that Davis has an emotional reaction to my presence. We're on speaking terms, but he still gets agitated. I don't want to make things worse. I'm better with statistics and circuits than I am with people. I've already made a mess of this situation. Do you think you could go speak to him? If nothing else, it would ease my conscience.
Sure. I'll do it. Are you sure that your presence made him do this stuff? I feel like he's just that kind of person.
Bailey's on thin ice. One more mistake and she's out of a job.
Oh, so you let it slide, huh?
Why is it every time I see your face, I bet a headache's gonna follow shortly after?
Hey man, I know you love me.
Mm-hmm. All broken up about it, I'm sure. So what can I do for you? I don't know whether I should be reassured that someone cares or creeped out that someone's watching me that closely. Ah, that woman, I swear. Even though we've smoothed over most of the rough spots, she still manages to strike a nerve without even trying.
He's not like trying to sabotage you or what's got you going
I'm not
out
quite
there?
sure if I'm being honest. It's a gut feeling. When we were out there and we found that robot, obviously that threw me for a loop. Still can't believe one of my own people will pull a stunt like that, endangering us all. But the more I thought about it, that whole episode doesn't account for some of the tracks I saw out there. Too large, too spread out.
So you think that there's something crazy out there?
Yeah, that's what I'm afraid of. If there's a bigger Ashta out there, something meaner than what we've seen so far, I have to know. I tell you what, if you and Kiona are worried, why don't you just come with me then? Either I get an extra gun in a fight, or you get to laugh at the old man and say, I told you so.
Hey, that
I'll
sounds
give you
like a
chance
plan.
to gear up if you need it. And maybe grab the biggest gun you got. just in case.
You know, ironically enough, the smallest gun I have is my best one.
All right. You know, Keone showed me her data. She's a clever kid. She's got a
Ever
lot of
wonder how the
things
Crimson
figured out.
Fleet seems to
I
be
think
everywhere?
we can make some real
Because
improvements
they have
in the
little
future.
outposts everywhere.
She had a couple sets of data that she thought were erroneous or something. But seems to me that it might not be.
Oh, it might be that big.
Faster,
Ashta?
faster sounds.
Keep scanning. I'm sure there's something nearby.
But I tell you, I'm hoping she's right and it's just a glitch. And no need to tell her I said that. Wouldn't want it going to her head.
Oh my
All right,
god.
here we are. Let's head this way.
Just be honest with her, man.
I remember a story from the first time I was here on Aquila. I had totally forgotten about it till recently. Every so often we get independent types who think that they can succeed where everyone else has failed. Some of them stride off into the wilderness, certain that they're going to make more credits than anyone in history. Mining, botany stuff, whatever. Warnings just don't get through to them. Most of them don't come back. But this one-time miner from some corporation or other, he drags himself back into the city bloody and half dead. Claimed he seen an Ashta big as a house out there. The older guys all said he was delirious. And me, well, I was new as anything and just listened to him. Now, though, I'm wondering if maybe it wasn't just blood loss and heat stroke. Maybe he really did see something. Maybe I should have come out here a long time ago. Shit, that's gotta be it.
What?
No matter what happens,
Oh.
we'll make it back to the city and tell them about this. You hear me?
Don't worry, man. We're gonna win this fight. Oh my god, she destroyed it with that one hit. That was easy enough.
If we didn't have proof, nobody would believe us about the Alpha. I'm not gonna lie to you. I didn't think we were gonna make it through that.
Dude, I don't think you even shot a single
no
bullet.
way I'd be standing right now.
There's no way we could allow that to happen.
That was fun. Let's do it again.
You are something else, you know that? We got out alive this one time. That's good. But this ain't gonna be the last time we have to deal with this. Now that we know these things are out here, we need to track them and keep them out of populated areas. And that plan is gonna need everybody. So, I'm gonna swallow my pride a bit here and ask you to go tell Keone what we found. Let her know that her data wasn't an error and that she needs to focus on it.
Okay.
No, of course not. I'm an old man, slow on the move. You can get there so much faster.
I don't
She'll prefer
buy
hearing
it.
the news from you anyway. Thanks again for saving my ass.
You would definitely prefer hearing it from you, man. That way she'd be like, oh yeah, finally, we're on decent terms. God, it's so funny when you have to face these giant threats, but they just die in an instant. It's so ridiculous. That happened with the Terramorph mission too. That like level 45 Terramorph, it showed up and I was like, oh damn, that's going to be the hardest enemy I've ever fought. It's going to be a super tough fight. It's 3 times my level. And it was the quickest one to die out of all the enemies I fought.
So, what happened? No, he didn't. There's no way Davis would say that, even if it's true. But it is true, isn't it? My data was accurate. You know,
Yep.
I was really hitting a point where I was starting to think maybe this was all a mistake. That I stuck my nose into something I shouldn't have. Davis was so certain they had everything under control that they didn't want or need my help. But they did, didn't they?
Okay, let's not get it. Let's not have that get into your head.
Don't worry. I am sufficiently humbled. Well, for now. I need to get to work on this immediately. But while I've been sitting around, I whipped up a little something for you. I thought it was funny. Now that I'm giving it to you, I'm hoping it's not in really poor taste. Anyway, thank you. Again.
What did you give me? Oh, snap! We're going in for a landing. We're docking.
Like love.
Alright. Whoa, Vasco, you scared the hell out of me, dude. Okay, let's save.
Remain calm. You're human.
What is that supposed to mean?
Clearly you're not. You're obviously human, but how are you here? We didn't know any others left Earth.
What
Imagine
does...
what's going through these poor people's minds right now. There's no reason to tease.
You're so boring, Sarah.
We should greet our guests.
Of course. Manners. I'm Captain Diana Brackenridge. This is Security Officer Bomani Reader. And this is Dr. Mabuti da Costa, one of our elders.
A pleasure to meet you.
So, were you in cryo this whole time or something?
I don't know all the particulars, but I'll try to answer as best I can. It's a colony ship. It was built long ago by our ancestors to sustain our crew over hundreds of years in space through generations of travelers. It's sturdy, fast, and spacious. That last one is important because we had to take as many supplies as possible with us on the journey and still have ample space for our crew.
Okay.
You've come aboard the Earth colony ship Constant. Generations ago, we set forth from the planet Earth with the mission of colonizing a new habitable world in the spirit of our ancestors nearly a millennium ago.
And no one found you until now? There are people living on the planet that you're right next to. How did this happen?
Oh. Hopefully it won't inconvenience you too much, but we're in a bind. See, you're the only one to approach us, and we really need your help. Our ship has finally completed its near 200-year journey from Earth, only to find our new home seemingly colonized by... well, we don't know. Communications haven't been successful, so your arrival is fortuitous. Perhaps you'd be willing to act as a middle person between ourselves and... the others.
There's been a lot of advances in technology in those 200 years.
Well, the short answer is, we didn't. It's a generation ship, which is to say that most of us lived long, happy lives on board and passed our mission down to our children.
Oh.
It was never intended that the original crew would make it to our destination. The goal was always the preservation of the human race above all else. Though, it would seem that was perhaps a bit presumptuous.
Interesting.
We do. Well, sort of. We saw structures using our surveying equipment. We've also seen the various ships pass us by. Some even seemed to want to communicate, but couldn't. Of course, we had no idea that they were being piloted by other humans. Ah, your question confirms one of our recent theories. It would seem that some form of faster-than-light travel or space-bending technology was invented during our long journey. That would explain why we would find people this far out into space. I guess technology leapfrogged us at some point. Interesting. I can only imagine that our predecessors didn't believe the technology would ever work, and so they made the decision to leave when they did.
It makes sense. Not that crazy.
Of course, we know that now. Human or not, we were still unable to communicate our intentions.
That's because
As soon as we
you're...
discovered them, we fully expected negotiations would be necessary. Now then, Please follow me. There's much to discuss first. We'll speak more on the matter once we reach the bridge.
You do know your
Dr. DaCosta, you may return to your quarters if you wish.
Thank you, Captain.
you know your communication array is
Security purposes.
kind of bugging out.
I do not believe we have need to fear our guest, but I'll allow it if you insist. Welcome to the Earth.
Comms
colony
relay?
ship
I don't know
Constant.
what they use.
In the early 2100s, my ancestor, Rupert Brackenridge, researched a number of scientific scenarios: climate change, asteroid impact, nuclear war, global pandemic, and more. Each scenario showed the likelihood of an extinction-level event to be within 50 years. He fully believed Earth was destined to be rendered uninhabitable. We've always assumed that's what happened. So, he gathered the best and brightest he could find, built the Constant, and set a course for this planet here. We were told that it was the largest, most advanced ship ever constructed on Earth at the time. If you can believe, entire generations have been born, lived, and died on this ship. It really goes to show that there are no limits to human ingenuity and perseverance.
So what happened with the people who died? Did you just jettison them or something?
Just because our equipment's old doesn't mean it won't work to take down troublemakers.
You threaten me again, and I'll show you
Let's talk.
just how old your equipment is.
Now that you're here, I can finally give my crew a chance at a new life. I think I'm coming up on 6 years now. I was only a teenager when my father died, passing command of the ship to me, as is tradition. Because of that, I've had to sort of learn as I go along, instead of taking years of study and apprenticeship under the prior captain. I think some people on the ship resent me for not having the level of experience as my predecessors. But at the same time, without my command, we likely wouldn't have made it here so quickly.
How's your crew holding up?
A bit frazzled, as you can imagine. People are anxious about discovering that we're not alone, and also worried about what will come to pass. While we hope we can work out a deal with the people on the surface, they seem reluctant to reach out, so there's no telling what will come of that. I do know that we can't afford to stay here in orbit forever. The ship was built to sustain us for many years with backup provisions just in case, but even that will come to an end eventually. Difficult is the wrong word. It can be both challenging at times and also exciting. Our mission was to rebuild humanity on a distant world, believing that we were Earth's last hope. To think that while there has always been a Brackenridge in the captain's chair, that I am the one to finally oversee our journey's end is truly exhilarating. But with this stumbling block in our path, at this final moment, I fear tough choices will need to be made.
You guys keep acting like you are on the verge of death and no one's gonna cooperate with you. I'm so confused.
Well, as I mentioned, we've been unsuccessful in communications with anyone up until you arrived, though not for lack of trying.
There's a good
But since
reason.
you're asking, maybe you'd be willing to be a sort of diplomat between us and them as we attempt to resolve our situation. Does that sound agreeable to you?
Why don't I have the option? Okay, here we go.
We suspect that our equipment is woefully obsolete compared to whatever you all have now. In all honesty, we
Oh.
never expected to need to communicate with anyone, so our comms aren't particularly robust. That limits our options. We even attempted communicating with lights and sounds, something we saw in an old movie, but I don't believe they picked up on it. If anything, it may have inadvertently alarmed them.
Oh, okay. So it's not like it's not working, it's just outdated. Okay.
We know there's a settlement on the planet below, meaning people were here before us. You see, we intended to settle here, but we assumed that they intend to defend their claim given their presence here. We'd like you to go speak to them on our behalf and help us negotiate a solution, preferably one that favors us.
Sure. Wait. Yeah, I can do it.
Excellent. Make no mistake, this is our planet, and we intend for them to see
Oh.
us our way.
Oh, whoa, whoa, whoa,
So, speak with their
whoa.
leadership and see if you can negotiate a solution on our behalf. Preferably, get them to see things our way. Report back to me and let me know what they say, and we'll go from there.
You went from sounding super reasonable to saying they need to get the hell out of here.
We thought about it, but it simply won't do. I need to think about the distant future of our people. Sure, our first settlement may be small, but our predecessors dreamt of our new civilization spreading across the globe. That would be difficult if someone else plans to do the same. While we're not completely close to the idea of sharing, it's much easier if we have complete domain over this world.
You're the most selfish people I've ever heard of. What the f— This is ridiculous. I don't want to help you.
I'm serious. We have a rightful claim to this land, and I intend to fight for it.
My ship alone can destroy
As you
yours.
are our only hope. Perhaps you'll honor my request and give it your all, for the sake of some very weary travelers who have come a very long way to be here. Thank you.
No. No. What makes you think for even a second that I'll tell people who are already living on the planet to get the hell out of there? Wow, I was not expecting that. That came out of nowhere. She was just... I didn't think that she would just be like, they need to get the hell off of our planet because this is ours. How do I get out of here? I'm lost. Here we go. What? What was that key for then? Well, I have it now, I guess. Oh, here we go. No?
I've lived my entire life in the Constant. I'm not sure how else to live.
Here we go. I could just destroy it. That's awesome. I love that. So if I really wanted to, I could destroy this whole ship.
Just stay.
We were never trained to trust the rest outside our ship.
I have to say, with technology this outdated, I'm amazed this vessel is able to navigate at all. It's almost like walking through a museum.
Here we go. Okay. So this kind of just tells me that there are other things I could do to mess with this place. I could bribe him with some strawberries maybe.
Never could get the hang of hacking.
Okay, let's save and confirm.
I prefer a more direct.
Oh God! Like, this is fun and all, but it's gonna be borderline impossible to get through this because of that one room.
I knew letting outside visitors was a bad idea.
I'm out of here. So
Separation complete.
okay. Nice. Awesome. Okay. I just wanted to see what happens. I don't actually want to blow up that ship. It's so crazy to me that she wants to kick out everyone on the planet.
Landing site
How
looks
dare
clear.
she?
Let's set it down.
At the very least, she could have cooperated, but nope. And her excuse is like so terrible too. It's like, man, we can't have both of us here, otherwise we'll overpopulate the planet and it won't work out. And I'm just like, what are you talking about? It's a whole planet. It's not a tiny ship.
Welcome to Paradiso. Jiro Sugiyama at your service. Do you have a security concern, or is there something else I can help you with?
Yeah, what are you affiliated with?
We're our own private force. The Paradiso group pays top dollar for top-notch security.
Oh.
And I dare say we're some of the best in the business. We have to be out here on the fringes of the settled systems.
Impressive.
Honestly, it's not as exciting as you might think most of the time. More often than not, we're just handling drunk and disorderly conduct.
That's what I'd
Even
expect.
Pirates leave us alone for the most part. I think it's because some of them actually vacation here. As long as they're not bothering anyone, we've been told not to worry about them.
Oh, that's nice.
Something I can help you with? Oh, yes. Let's get right to it then. As you can imagine, we've got a predicament on our hands. Under normal circumstances, we would not enlist outside help in this manner. But this is a matter we can't afford to worry our guests about. As such, we need to handle this discreetly. Failure on your part to do so could have severe consequences. So, before we proceed, can you swear not to discuss this with anyone else unless explicitly directed to do so?
Yeah.
You're right. We're not. Which means we're not bound by anyone's laws but our own. In other words, it's our system and our rules. Neither the UC nor the Freestar Collective will help you if you get into trouble here.
Yeah, I agree.
I understand you're eager to get into it, but if you're unwilling to take this seriously, I can foresee problems.
Everyone here is threatening me.
Not too long
Like
ago,
I
a
can't
strange
kill
and
them.
enormous ship appeared in Parima space. It is now locked in orbit around our planet. So far, it doesn't seem to be hostile, but any attempts to communicate with it have been in vain, so we're unsure of the ship's intentions. I see. Well, if you're speaking on their behalf, I'll refer you right along to the chairman of the Paradiso Group's board, Oliver Campbell. All formal decisions will go through him, not me. I'll let him know you're on your way.
Alright. Sounds good. I have a good feeling that this guy is going to want to kill them all. And I wouldn't blame him, because screw those guys.
I shouldn't be telling you this, but
Paradiso is absolutely beautiful. Can you possibly imagine a more tranquil place for a resort?
I mean, this resort is kind of meh.
I hope your stay here is
I've
going
been to
well.
a better one.
Please, let the concierge...
Oh, this looks like a lovely
And I
place for a
bet this
stay.
place is more expensive
Might
than the
also
one
be
that
the
I've
perfect
gone
time
to.
to stop for some food or tranquility. Where should we begin?
Excuse me, you can't just waltz in there. Do you have an appointment?
Oh, my bad.
Oh, you're the one they're waiting for then. Do you need anything else from me before you meet with the board?
Yeah, what's
People
everyone's
were
thoughts?
a little freaked out around here, understandably. It looks so different and it's so massive. We honestly thought we were under attack by an unknown entity. But then, nothing happened. It just stayed there. No one could communicate with it. And we've been very careful not to alert the resort guests. The board believed it would be bad for business.
Understandable.
What I could tell you would get me in a lot of trouble. Most of them are typical C-level execs. I doubt you even need to use your imagination for that. The ones that show up to work day to day, at least. I swear, I've never even met some of them, because they chill at their own private secluded beach homes all the time. Anyway, be smart around Oliver. He's got a way of getting what he wants without you realizing it. And that's all I'll say.
Okay, that's good advice.
Sure. Have fun in the Shark Tank. And don't worry, even they call it that.
Okay. What the? Oh.
Target for pirates, but they know to stay away. I just feel that we should be focusing on the natural beauty of this planet, not our amenities.
Come on, mate. Loads more interesting things to do outside. No need to mill about in here.
Are there really only 3 board
Of course
members?
not. There's several more. We're just the ones who show up day to day. The others spend their time lazing on the beach or gallivanting off-world.
Makes sense.
Doesn't bother me, though. Less cooks in the kitchen means I get to make all the big decisions around here. Seems to be working out for us just fine. I am. And you must be the diplomat Jiro told me about. Welcome, welcome. Normally I'd offer you an all-inclusive stay at our resort before we spoke. But given the circumstances, I'm going to cut to the chase. We've got our friends, the aliens, up there, causing all sorts of problems for our resort. You like that? The marketing team came up with it. The thought is, if we can't get rid of them, it might actually attract more tourism. Come see the aliens!
Yeah, that would actually probably be a good plan.
We run a premier resort getaway here. We can't have our guests concocting stories about some budgy old ship hanging around up there. As it is, we've had to reroute our luxury liners around the other side of the planet on entry so no one sees it. It's bad for business. We need to nip this in the bud and take care of it before the tourists catch on and cause a scene.
Okay.
You'd be surprised what people fall for. Locally sourced island fruit essences, for instance. It's just the same old fruits brought over from Earth ages ago, but we get nearly 10 times the market for them.
Oh,
but
nice.
You're right. No one's going to buy aliens. Remind me to fire the marketing team. So, tell me, what's the actual deal with this massive eyesore of a ship, besides scaring people away? I'd say you're full of it and might have been watching too many movies. Now, instead of wasting my time, want to tell me what it really is?
It's Let's go with this one.
That's something. Shame we can't just tell them kindly to bugger off. Something tells me that's not going to work. Now, tell me, what are we going to do about it? Give me some proposals, people. I need something to work with here.
We could offer to resettle them here. There's more than enough space.
They could stay here, temporarily, but it'll cost them. Quite a bit, too. They'd need to work off all their debts before being allowed to leave.
Maybe not. What if we help them get out of here? Outfit their ship with a grav drive so they can find a new home. We could even lend our engineers to help and give their captain an updated star map. What do you think?
Sounds costly. We can't absorb that cost, and it's unlikely they even have compatible currency, let alone enough for the transaction. Someone else would have to foot the bill.
Oh, I swear this would be a lot easier if they ceased to exist entirely. Anyway, Seema's got the right idea. Either works for me. Just tell me what you want to do.
I do like the idea of the grav drive.
We operate outside of the Freestars and the UC, partially because we don't want anyone else meddling in our affairs. And we'd rather not draw attention to it. As I've mentioned, it could be bad for business. We'd much rather settle this independently.
Huh. Why can't they settle
We
on the
own
other
this
side of the planet?
They don't. Here at Paradiso, we don't like leaving things to chance. Who knows what these people will do with their land? Imagine the landscaping disasters they may come up with, and how that might mar the satellite imagery of the planet in our brochures. No, much better to assimilate them into our culture if they come here to live, rather than leave it to chance.
I don't think that you guys have a resort on the whole planet, do you?
Of course, because you're sensible, like me. I'll be honest, I was beginning to think you were one of those anti-business types. People are hardy. They'll survive. Businesses, on the other hand, might not.
Yeah, I'm only agreeing with you because I don't like these people that much.
It's not our responsibility to bear the brunt of that cost. We're being more than generous by offering the use of our engineering team to help install it. A custom grav drive can't come cheap, and I assume they have neither the monetary means nor the connections to get a hold of that kind of technology. That leaves the only other party in this negotiation. You.
Okay.
I'm not suggesting anything, other than it would make our lives so much easier if that ship ceased existing. Make of that what you will. Oh, I didn't say that specifically. This would be a mutual contract for room and board in exchange for services rendered. Of course, there's no telling how long this arrangement will last, given the substantial costs we'd need to take on in order to accommodate them here, including their continued room and board. But this may save the resort on operating costs in the long term, as we'd be able to let go of some of our current paid staff. And which proposal will you be taking to the good captain? I assume there's a captain?
I'll go with the grav drive.
They'd be hard-pressed to defend their claim in any courts. Our charter goes back years. It was registered with both the UC and Freestar Collective, per the Centaurus Proclamation. We may be outside the settled systems, but that charter's official as can be. I'm sorry, but you're going to need to be the one to break the news to them that they need to make a compromise or leave.
I'll buy the grav drive. Hypothetically, let's go with that.
Because I'm not suggesting anything of the sort. But it's a wonder that old ship made it all the way here in such a relatively short time. Must have really been pushing themselves. An engineer friend of mine told me once that the reactors on those old ships have a tendency to self-destruct if they overload. Of course, their engineers must have taken great care not to push it too far. Someone would likely have to override the safety systems in the reactor computer. But who would do such a thing?
Don't even think for one moment that this would be acceptable behavior. You can't just blow up their ship. That's insane.
I'm not going to. Jeez, relax.
You want to see a man named Benny St. James over at Hope Tech. He's the best in the business. If anyone can retrofit a 200-year-old ship with a modern grav drive, it'd be him. We'll coordinate our engineering team with his when you return, though you may have to help the Constance engineers prepare for it on their end. Good luck.
I know this was a difficult decision, but if it's any consolation, I think you've made the right choice. Compared to the destruction of their vessel and relegating them to a life of servitude, I'd say this is the best chance they've got.
Right. On behalf of the Paradiso Group, we appreciate your help.
There are millions of planets out there. People can go to any one of them. The resort facilities are...
I don't like that I had to pay for that, but okay. The notification that I could blow up the...
Mayday! Mayday! This is Freestar Ranger Nia Kalu. If anyone is hearing this, system's failing. Need help. I repeat, need help.
Welcome to the Freestar Collective. Please maintain your current course while we scan your ship.
Well, I gotta help this person real quick.
And that's it. You're cleared to land at Hopetown.
It's like so tempting to blow up the ship because they just keep on giving me the notification like, hey, that's an option. If this is a trick, I will kill you. You better not be fooling me here. Hey, what's up, lady?
Please tell me you're here to help, not to try and steal my ship.
The marshal sent me to find you.
Yeah, well, if you want to keep that badge, then don't get any ideas. This old girl and I have been through a lot together. I was tracking a crew of outlaws that's been preying on merchant ships. Bastards got the drop on me. I ran them off, but they got a few good hits in. As you can see, I ain't in much shape to make repairs.
We need to get you to a
I'll be
doctor.
fine once the pain medication kicks in. The priority right now is the ship. Can't do my job without it. Just patch her up enough to get to Hopetown. The rest can get fixed up there.
Alright. I'll help you, but I'm gonna want a
Don't need to ask
favor.
for that. I'd have helped you anyway. Since you're new, here's a lesson for you. Rangers look out for each other. Always.
We hear you loud and clear, Nia.
Hey man, I just wanted to point it out because you were being a little rude to me. This? Oh, I didn't realize this was this quest. I had no clue this was an actual quest that I was already in the middle of doing. Okay, that's been repaired. And I go down here. Or this. Hey, thanks for the offer, but I'm okay. Thanks, though. I really need to figure out how to get the text to show up on my screen instead of
Thanks.
Instead of
That should get me
OBS.
home. You're right. They were pretty beat up, so I don't think they got real far. But if they make it back to their hideout, I might never find them again. We can't let that happen.
Just tell me where they were headed.
They look to be heading for Polvo's moon Miatha. Good hunting.
Alright. Sounds good to me. I'll take care of it eventually. Everyone in this game, it feels like they're so rude. And they expect me to be kind to them for no reason. And then they're surprised that I'm rude to them. Like, what do they expect? They're like all threatening me. They're all like, yeah, you're nothing in this area. And I'm just like, well, I'm not gonna be nice to you. What do you want from me?
Excuse me. A little desperate here.
I remember meeting Ron Hope.
Hi.
once.
All
right, Adela. Idealistic and perhaps a bit of a dreamer. But you have to admire what he's accomplished.
Are you okay?
Right. Right. When I signed on to be a freight captain, I was expecting long hours and dull routes. And now I'm a hair away from being executed. Or worse.
How did that happen?
Where to start? So, I fly a rust bucket called the Markab for a small shipping line. Just started, really. We do bulk shipping, boring stuff like actuators and seed stock and minerals. Have you ever had a standard, boring job just blow up in your face?
Happens all the time. Yeah.
You get it then. So I just got assigned to the Markab. The first shipment? Slag steel. Nothing special. As soon as I left Neon and got scanned, things got crazy. Spacers, Freestar security, the works. Everyone demanding I power down, hand over the contraband, or sometimes just firing first. I skipped the system, ditched the cargo, and have been running ever since.
So what were you actually shipping?
I don't know. I was just flying for my life. But some bad people want it.
Yeah, how do I figure into
that
this?
part. Sorry. A tracker just landed and I just know he's hunting a bounty. Me. But the trick is, everyone knows the ship. But my info isn't in the database yet. All they got is my last name, Fahim. So if you go into the pit stop and claim you're Captain Fahim of the Markab, maybe you can deal with the tracker?
Dude, can you, like, get out of here? Like, walk around. Can you... Thank you for teleporting out of the way. Jeez. Freaking rude. Don't look at us like that. Oh my god. He's really all up on her.
A member of the Trackers Alliance. You know, Bang Bang Dead or Alive bounty hunters?
He's determined to psych her out.
I don't know. I don't want anyone to get hurt, but he may not give you any choice.
Why? What is up with this dude? He keeps teleporting around her and then tries to get into another position to walk into her. I'm so confused.
The company is, well, a real train wreck. I'm amazed they even have my last name on file. For once, working for such a dump is a good thing.
Oh, he pushed me out of the way. What a jerk!
Listen, I just haul, well, garbage. But you, I mean, you're armed and look, well, awesome. I figure you could do a solid for the little guy, girl. Plus credits. I did mention the credits, right?
I guess I'm Captain Fahim then.
Best. This slate has everything they know about me. It's not much. He's the one with the cowboy hat. Just stay safe. Thank you.
Cool. Who has a cowboy hat here? I'll deal with that later, I guess.
Keep an eye on your value.
Also, where's that slate? Let me just read that real quick, just in case. Okay.
If you can't protect your own, you don't.
Alright, what do we got going on here?
Hope certainly embodies the saying, spared no expense.
Oh,
What's up, dude?
it's a valuable weight if we got rid of the pilot seat. Maybe an ottoman?
I think the pilot seat is there for a good reason.
Sure, that sounds like me. What can I do for you? I'm a little busy, but I think I could spare some time. Oh, you should have just said that. Of course I can help you. Oliver sent a courier ahead of you. I did some research on ships from that era, and I have a decent idea what we're dealing with.
Really?
So grav drives didn't really take off until after the ship was built. But I've got access to an ancient grav drive that looks like it could be compatible. With some minor adjustments. It's in good shape, too. Parts not cheap, though. Neither is the labor. Just pay the combined cost of parts and labor, and it's yours.
How much?
It's a pretty big ask, given how rare these old grav drives are.
40,000. God damn, dude.
Maybe it is selfish of me to demand such a price. Tell you what, sounds like this is for a good cause. While I can't give you the part for free, I won't charge you for the work.
Ooh. Fine.
You're done right it is. I'll get to work on it right away. I recommend you go back to the ship and ask the captain to prepare for its retrofit. Standard stuff. I'm sure they have an engineer on board to help. We'll send the part along when it's ready and install it with the help of Oliver's people. Pleasure working with you.
Hey, cowboy dude, you okay? Oh, okay.
I'm new in town. You look like you just got here too, right? What's your name, stranger? Might buy you a drink. Fahim, huh? Came in on that ship, the Markup? I bet you didn't know it. But I'm a tracker. And I'm here for your bounty. Two ways this can go. You know the drill.
You're not very slick, huh?
Bounty says you made off with a haul of medical supplies, meant for orphans.
That doesn't make sense.
I get a bonus if I turn the shipment in sight unseen. I figure they're in the markup.
They're not in the markup. I kind of, ejected them.
I don't deal with smugglers and no good types. Well, I do, but more violent-like. My word's my bond. Looks like a place that doesn't mind some color. Or you can surrender. I trank you up, deliver you, they kill you. Nobody ever picks that option.
I wonder why.
So you didn't shoot your way off Neon, Fahim? The bounty is pretty damn clear. But something don't sit right with me. Not sure what.
Huh.
Maybe. Maybe not. It's not easy. But I don't kill people that don't need killing. I do my best. All right, I'm not taking you in. But that just means somebody else will. Whatever you were shipping, you got to return it. The next tracker probably won't be as upstanding as I am. There's no way they're ever going to settle for that. Ah, sucks to be you. One more drink and it's liftoff.
Payday is always a good day.
That's unfortunate.
Why did I ever take this job? Why? I mean, maybe. At my 6th birthday, the theme was unicorns. Sorry, bad joke. Since the tracker's on world, I'm sure he's got eyes on the Mark Hub. It's just too dangerous. I feel like I can finally breathe again. Thank you. I'm gonna try very hard to disappear.
Okay.
You think? I mean, of course they will. Oh, God. I don't mean to be ungrateful and all, but I really, really need to go. Thank you.
No problem. That was it? Really? I'm kind of surprised. Listen, if they go crazy and don't accept this, I already have everything set up so that I can blow up this ship.
Cherry condenser coils.
I was hoping to talk to our visitor from outer space, and here you are! Welcome, welcome! I have a million burning questions.
You want to
but I won't
face me?
overwhelm you. There will be plenty of time for that later. Please, indulge me just a couple. How did you do it? Did humanity finally discover faster than light travel and eclipse our poor old ship?
Yeah.
I knew it. It's incredible! I read about this technology in our archives from Earth, but it was only theoretical back then. Amazing! I'll have to learn more. Oh, I've got so many questions, but I'm being rude. I haven't even given you my name. Chief Engineer Kazemi, but you can call me Amin. And I might add, I'm one of the reasons we're still floating out here today.
I get it.
Thank you for being so kind and indulging me. You must understand how thrilling this news is for someone like me. Someone who suspected this encounter was in fact possible.
Oh, you were expecting this the whole time? Nice.
Ah, great question. I do not know for sure, but I can venture a guess. All of the reading I've done on the matter suggests that at the time, there was uncertainty that the technology would ever work, or if it did, that it would work at the scale we needed. So, I trust they made the decision to strike out when they did, fully believing it was the only way.
Makes sense. I don't have time for all these questions.
Just joking with you. The Paradiso engineers filled me in. Okay, let's see what we need to do. All right. This will be fun. And hopefully there will be no explosions in the process. I have just received word that the drive is here. Ready to get to work?
Sure.
Oh, don't worry about that. Just a little engineering humor.
I kind of...
We've kept this ship going with minimal incidents this long. I'm not about to let anything happen to it now. But, to be clear, what we're doing is very dangerous, and we should be prepared for anything.
Is it okay that I put in a request to put the engine into overdrive or whatever? The reactor to overdrive?
Yes, of course I need your help. My team needs to stay on top of their daily maintenance, and I need to make my own preparations for this gravity drive you brought us. Your help is going to be vital to this procedure. And have no worries, it'll be easy. I'll guide you through the process.
I'm doing way more than I should be.
Great, great, great! There are 3 preparations I need you to help me make while I set things up on my end. First thing I need you to do is reroute the power from the port turbo pump to the auxiliary cryogenic radiator. Then, turn the plasma runoff inhibitor function to 5%. Last, you'll need to decouple the magnetic flange pipe enclosures from the auxiliary module assembly. Got it? Let's hop to it!
My brain shut off the moment you started talking. Let's see how this goes. Okay.
Looks like everything is good to go on both your end and mine. Can you go inform the captain while they're finishing the installation? Thanks.
Okay. I think I did everything right and we won't blow up. If we do blow up, oh well. I mean, it's not much of a loss. I guess it would be a loss of 25,000 credits.
We were never trained to address threats coming from outside our ship.
We didn't believe anyone would be out here. Well, well, it would appear we have the means to go nearly anywhere now, thanks to you. The engineers even upgraded our communications equipment so we can speak with passing ships. Turns out it was a pretty easy fix. Thank you again for all you've done.
Where will you go
Don't
now?
know, but we did receive a star map from the Paradiso engineers. I suppose we'll just chart a course for other suitable habitable worlds until we find one that matches the quality of Paradiso. Porima 2 here.
Sure, let's talk about payment.
Payment. I hope that's not all you care about. It's not enough to help a ship full of poor colonists searching for a new home, I suppose. Still, you did help us. We don't have much to spare, but I'm sure we can find some way of repaying you.
You gave me garbage. What the hell did you just give me? Well, I guess they cost a decent amount. I don't know how I feel about you giving me just a bunch of garbage, though. Okay.
That sounds
Well,
so familiar. Something from history slates that I've read. Oh, I feel I should know who this person is, but somehow it's escaped my memory.
We were so close to finding our new home. Hopefully it won't be too much longer now.
yeah, are you okay, buddy? Well, I'll leave you to it.
Enemy's shield grid is fried.
Alright. At least they're already weakened, so I should be able to do this perfectly fine. Okay. Oh no, this one has shields. Oh no. Maybe I underestimated their abilities. Yeah, I underestimated it. I thought it would be easy because they are already weakened, but I should have known better. This is space battle. It's never easy. It frustrates me how poorly done this was.
They've blown out our shield system.
Okay, let's get the weapons out of the way.
Shield systems on. Enemies jumped.
Come on! Oh, hold on, I need to get past this. There we go. Oh my gosh, please. That's gonna kill me. Oh, their weapons are out. Yes. Okay, we're good.
Captain,
There's
our
another one I
drive
blew
is
up.
fully repaired.
You made it. Those outlaws didn't give you too much trouble, I trust?
Not too much. They were tough, but not too much.
I can walk, talk, and breathe without too much pain. That's good enough for me.
Nice.
Good. I'm sure it didn't hurt that I softened him up for you. You've got good timing. A courier just came in from Aquila. The Marshal sends his regards along with a briefing on your case. I was surprised as hell to learn about the starship theft. Nobody said a word to me about it. Anyway, Mr. Hope can see us whenever you're ready. If you need to take a little time first, feel free.
Let's, yeah, nobody
I
reported
can't
it?
get answers as to why not. I'm sure Mr. Hope has his reasons.
Alright,
His
let's
office
meet
is
with him.
upstairs. He's in a meeting, but it should be wrapping up. Come on. I'm guessing the Marshal already told you this, but I'll say it anyway. Ron Hope isn't just the founder and president of Hope Tech. He's on the Council of Governors. The Council oversees the Freestar Rangers, so don't rile him up.
I forgot about
I've
that.
spent a long time trying to build a good relationship with Hope. He comes on a little strong, but there's a lot to admire about the man. Everything you see around you, he built. Pretty much everyone in this town knows him for their livelihood.
If you can't protect
Can't begin to imagine the kind of pressure that must put on someone. All I'm saying is, Try to show a little respect.
I'll decide whether I show respect or not. I feel like I should probably turn down the music a little bit
Is it
because
just me, or does every executive in the settled systems have an office on the top floor? I guess being above everyone makes them feel like they're, well, above everyone.
I keep telling them we need
the
3
music
other
is
record
so
officers to
loud
keep
in
up demand.
comparison to their voices. Their voices are always so quiet if you're not in like a direct dialogue with them.
We'd be dust except for the factory.
Contract with scavengers, maybe, but that's a decision that's got to be made upstairs.
Well, talk to Elaine about the scavengers. It's not a bad idea, provided we get a good deal. And I don't mean a fair deal. I mean a good deal. Remember, it's not just our bottom line that matters. We're also responsible for the welfare of everyone in the factory. We look out for our people here, Bridget. That's a point of great personal pride.
Excuse me, Mr. Hope?
Well now, the Free Star Rangers. At last! Ah, damn good to see you, Mia. I think we're done here, Bridget.
Yes, sir.
This is the deputy I told you about.
Splendid. Splendid! It's a noble calling, being a Free Star Ranger. We certainly could use more of you. Let's get down to it, shall we? Time is money.
Piloting.
I'm sure I don't have to tell you what an outrage it is to have a ship stolen right out of the factory. Justice must be done, and the sooner the better.
I found the ship stolen.
Good news. I'll send my people over to bring it home. Of course, that doesn't mean your work is done. I want the thief found and prosecuted to the full extent of the law. I'm sure I don't need to remind you of my position on the Council of Governors.
I don't give a damn about your position.
Then, I trust that you know what I expect of you. Now, tell me that you've at least got a lead of some kind.
They were trying to acquire a farm.
Though what happened after the ship was taken doesn't concern me.
No, it does. You need to know the motive.
Is making sure that this doesn't happen again. Well, I'm not sure I can be much help, but I'll answer whatever questions I can.
Why didn't anyone report that? Oh.
If word got out, it would do irreparable harm to our image. I'm in fierce competition with other starship manufacturers. Any sign of weakness could be fatal. What's more, every starship thief in the settled systems would likely flock to Hopetown and start planning the next heist.
After I've met you, I don't feel bad about that.
What? Nonsense! We vet our people thoroughly here. HopeTech holds its employees to the very highest standards. Nevertheless, I suppose I could have Cosette conduct a thorough personnel review. Rest assured, if we turn up any evidence that one of our people was an accomplice, I'll let you know.
Did anyone see the thief?
We questioned everyone who was in the building when it happened, and not one person seems to have seen anything at all. Frankly, I think that's both highly unlikely and more than a little suspicious. However, I can't deny there are times when the hangar is empty, so it's not inconceivable. The thief could have slipped in unseen.
How do they steal a whole ship without being seen? That's crazy.
No, nothing at all. It was just a standard Hope-Tech cargo hauler. Not that it didn't have great value, mind you. Hope-Tech builds some of the most durable and reliable starships in the settled systems. Now, you can bet my ships last twice as long as anything Stroud Eklund makes.
All right.
Very well.
That's all I need to know.
Need you to understand something, Deputy. This town is home to men, women, and children who depend on Hope-Tech for a living. I provide jobs that put food on their tables and a roof over
Oh
their
my
heads.
God, please spare
It's
me
a
the
responsibility that I take
fake care
very
for your
seriously.
people
If word gets out
to motivate
about the
me.
stolen ship, my investors will lose trust, and my workers will pay the price. I can't allow that.
Well, heavy is the head that wears the crown. I'm sure the burden of responsibility for your workers is an inconvenience, Mr. Hope. But the deputy has responsibilities as well.
Despite what you think, I have great respect for the badge and the difficult choices that come with it. But my primary concern is for the welfare of my people.
You mean yourself? Okay.
I hope so.
I'm sorry to interrupt, Mr. Hope, but there's been a development.
Not now, Cosette. I'm in the middle of something.
But sir, we have new information. I've just received a report that the stolen ship was seen landing at Neon just after the theft.
A breakthrough at last. Well, Deputy, it sounds like you'll be heading to Neon, which means I can get back to work. Remember what we discussed. My people are depending on you.
Hey, can I get a word?
Okay.
That wasn't as helpful as it could have been. Still, at least you know where to pick up the trail.
Are you okay, Nia? Why are you... What's going on here?
Let's hope. So, guess you're headed for Neon. There's a ranger stationed there. Name's Jalen Price. He's a little different than the rest of us. But Neon's a different kind of place.
My hometown.
Good. That should help you avoid any unnecessary complications. Well, we've both got work to do. It was good to meet you, Deputy. Thanks again for helping me out up there.
And,
Yeah, the question of who helped the starship thief is still an open one. Don't you worry. I'll keep an ear to the ground. You be careful in Neon.
Thanks.
Nothing good ever comes.
Watch your flaring.
What is happening? It looks like there's gunfire? Or is that a light show? What's going on there? Oh. Is that lightning? That's cool. What's my mass at, by the way? 87? Wow, I'm surprised. Alright. I'm gonna end today's playthrough here for now. And I'll see you guys next time. Peace.